Wow, that thing just kind of ends right there, huh?
Yeah, that's how the song ends.
Interesting.
Well, good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood over here. Just started raining. Anyway, yeah, thank you for joining us. Another live stream coming you directly from Atascadero, California, where the rain meets the dirt. Hey, so Wes is here.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We got quite a few people in here already, so thanks for putting up with we're a little late this morning, little tad bit late, but we're here. We got some good stuff for you. And yeah, I'm curious to hear more of these P90s.
Yeah, me too. So this is how it always is. You know, I went into my band in the box, rearranged 3 tunes. I thought this will be great songs for today. Fools Rush In, because it's April Fools. And Fixing a Hole, you know, we're in the F category now. And what was the other one? I forget what the other one was. Fly Me to the Moon or something. Anyway, so I get them all rearranged and all set and render them and bring them out here about 2 minutes before we're going to play. And they fail. What's with that, Wes? They just fail. Good God. So anyway, I don't know. The band program freaked out. So anyway, we're on doing something different. And then I erased the originals, of course, because it's never happened before.
Yeah, maybe we should do a test run earlier next time, but we can try that.
Yeah, boy, I have this a little too low. I need to raise this up just a tad. I'm going to have to get my tool. No, there it goes.
Well, let's see. While you do that, let's see who we got here today. Gordon's here. Bobby Cox Jr. Hey, Bobby. John's Burkhart in South Dakota. James McNamara says he's started blocking his work calendar for this live stream.
Oh, wow.
That's great. Love hearing that. It's worth it, for sure. Tony Fudia says he's putting off his nap for the live stream. So
No way.
there's always time for a nap later, for sure. You can get that in.
Maybe we ought to include a nap
Nap time, yeah.
in the live stream. Okay,
Well, yeah.
everybody get your blanket, get your rug, and we're going to take a little nap.
Mike Optenaker here and ready, going to enjoy on my TV, but can't comment there. Happy Thursday, gang. Awesome. That'd be interesting to watch this on the TV.
See
WC
TV.
Ray's here. Lachlan's here over in Colorado. Lewis Taylor's in Chicago. Big Steve, Olympia, Washington. Ludovic Lambert, hi guys, exciting topic today. Can't wait to hear the arguments and the P90. So, yes, we will hear the arguments and the P90, that's for sure. Andrew in New Jersey, 3-card Monty from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, former home of the Latin Casino, where so many stars played in the 60s.
Really?
Edwards in Norwalk, Connecticut. Joel Henderson is here from the Hoosier State.
Who's your daddy?
And Richard Bishop. Richard from Toronto, Canada. Awesome. Jim Rolfe's here. Hey, Jim.
Jim, I'll see you Sunday.
WC Ray asked, is Madonna scheduled today?
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah, we're going to get her on here. Kirby, what's going on? Kirby, how's it going?
Kirby.
Coy is here.
Kirby, are you going to Kentucky? Is that where you are? Going to Kentucky, get a little more whiskey? Are you going out of town? I heard. Sorry.
Kick in Toronto as well. Nice. Kicks and Richard both in Toronto for sure. Love it. Leo Brackle in North Dakota. Leo, how's it going, man? It's good to hear from you again. And Tom Connor. Tom from Clay Elam came to see the guitars. Awesome. David Bronson. He's in Jacksonville, Florida. I feel like, David, you're always bouncing around. Or you're not normally there. Mike Brandenberger is here. Greetings from Big Dallas. He's got a 56 ES-350T with P90s. That is wonderful for jazz. That's awesome. That's a great guitar.
That's the Chuck Berry guitar.
Gary Salima. What's up, Gary? How you doing? Ciao over in Italy. And
Italy, where the UPS drivers are taking too many wine breaks or something. They just can't seem to get it together.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, why can't countries get like delivery service down? Like it's like the United States the only place that's like reliable, easy.
I don't know. Gary said that DHL and FedEx do good, but UPS is totally out to lunch. And they're very inexpensive. They're a lot cheaper than the other people, and that's why they're terrible.
Right.
God. You get what you pay for.
Yeah. So Danielle Emberley is here, and she said I would watch a Band in the Box programming live stream. Oh, that's cool. That would be cool. I need to watch that too. Roger Luce is in Chandler, Arizona. He's got a Washburn JB Memphis with dual P90s. Loves it, for sure. Nice.
Cool.
Gordon Zoots, he's requesting chord melody of Fly Me to the Moon.
You got it.
It's in the F category.
Right, so this guitar has 2 volumes and 1 tone. Good. Tone works really good. It's got a nice throw. And so check this out. All right, this is wide open. Well, I'm going to back it off a little bit. So this is just that pickup. Here's with the back pickup. So anyway, yeah. So that back pickup is kind of a trip. Let me just give you just the back pickup. Push through an amp, it sounds really, really good. But you start combining them, you get some really nice tones. I actually like the concept of this. I actually do. This particular guitar is still the original frets, and I had to have the frets leveled, and I had to clean it up quite a bit. The guitar has had a neck reset, and it has had the fretboard off because it's got a different truss rod on it, so it's got a history. But it sure is, and it's been refinished. So it's a little blonder, a little lighter blonde than the sides, if you can see that. But isn't that a gorgeous wood on the side?
And that's I don't think we said what it was.
What the wood is?
What the guitar is a
Sti-
Gibson ES-350,
Yeah,
1951.
1951, the year I was born. All right, so yeah, so two P90s. These are original P90s, and it's just a beautiful guitar, really.
Yeah.
Original tuners, I think. They're kind of stiff, so that makes me think they're original. But they could be a newer replacement. I don't know. But at this point, doesn't really matter. The pick guard, and I think all the electronics are original. This is not original. So they had put this on there. This is like a reissued L5 tailpiece. It has the top buster on there, that dampener, which I never quite could understand, but it's got that on there. But it's a fun guitar to play. You think of the history that this guitar, or not this particular one, but all of them have made. It's got a chunky neck, but it's not. I've played chunkier, I'll tell you that, and it's not bad at all. And since it's got that extra, it's got that pickup blend. perfect for that kind of thing. Huh?
Okay, but yeah, how about for some jazz?
Sure. Probably take out that back pickup there. Let's see. I was going to play. Let's see.
So what are the
let
specs
this-
on that thing? Like how wide is it?
It's basically like a laminate L5, 17-inch, 3.5 wide, 25.5-inch scale, 3-piece neck, maple neck, ebony fretboard.
What's up with the bridge on that thing? That's not the original?
I don't think so. No, I assume it would probably have a.
Is that what it came with when you bought it?
Yeah.
That wood bridge?
Well, it's a
ebony?
Tunamatic.
Well, yeah, but
The foot is rosewood.
right. That definitely doesn't look like that's what it would come with.
Hey, is that Gibson calling about it?
I doubt it. Oh man, love this part of the show. Becoming my favorite segment, the
It's Hermosa Beach.
phone call segment where we forget to take the phone out of the studio. All right, now that segment's over, let's get back to the guitar.
Yeah, hey, honey, I had left some sheet music on the computer in my studio. Fools rush in. I'll try to play that. Hear the rain? Cool.
Wow.
All right, what did Joe Henderson say? My opening question is, if I were to buy a jazz box with only one pickup, what are the pros and cons of whether it should be a humbucker or a P90? Well, humbucker doesn't hum. I think a humbucker's warmer. P90's clearer.
Well, so what's the deal with that? Because I'm not hearing that pickup hum.
Yeah, it's doing just quite nicely, isn't it? Yeah, it's.
I mean, is it they're turned all the way up, right?
Yeah.
So why is that? Because
Well, they're
humbuckers
very susceptible to lighting and your amplifier, the electronics around it. I don't know what it is. It's the way they're wound, but that's why they made a humbucker. The humbucker is a hum canceling pickup, but a single coil will hum. It'll pick up noises of things. Thank you, Chance. And so they're that's kind of the nature of the beast. Now the newer ones, I don't know what they do with the newer ones to get them so they don't do that, but but they do. They can do it. But I've never had. Well, I've got to be honest with you. I haven't taken this out to a gig, mainly because I don't have any gigs. But Tim Lurch played it at the Guitar Fest. He liked it. Right. So this is on the website, by the way, at a real good deal.
Nice. So what do you think about the humbucker pickup? I mean, sorry, a single coil P90. You know, you don't have many guitar. They're not that common on jazz guitars.
Well,
Right?
yeah, just on the early ones, you know,
Right.
before they invented the humbucker, you know. But I tell you what. So I see this guitar here. This is the other one we're going to be talking about. But I went to a Howard Roberts tribute a few years ago, many years ago, and at the NAMM show. A lot of guys got up and played, a lot of wonderful players. But the one person that got up and played with Howard's old guitar was Wolf Marshall. And Howard's old guitar was something like this, ES-150, and he had somebody put a cutaway in it. And that guitar sounded so much different and so much nicer. I don't know, it just sounded great. Of course, Wolf's playing was fantastic too. But I thought, wow, that is really cool. And the next day we were at a guitar show, and a friend of mine has a booth there, Dewey Martin, and he had this guitar, and I talked him out of it. So I was really happy to get it. And I've played this guitar many times, taken it out to gigs, and I've never taken this one out, but I do get comments like, wow, that sure is nice. So crazy, huh? So I don't know, man. It's a matter of taste and taste and one's not better than the other. It's like, what do you like better, apples or oranges? Apples are actually better.
They don't. I mean, it doesn't sound like like super different. I don't know if we compare it straight away with one of those other ones with a humbucker, but when you hear it just as it is right now, it just sounds like a good sounding jazz guitar, right?
Yeah, well, the way we present the guitars here, going direct, you just hear the guitar. You don't hear what the guitar does with an amplifier. And, that's a whole nother ball game there. Because the way, the output of the pickup, how it affects the amplifier has something to do with it, so.
Well, maybe we need to plug it into one of the amps.
Well, we could. We could. You want to?
Not now. I think we need to play it a little more and play like, I don't know, just on that first pickup. I mean, you played that whole song right there with like the back and the front pickup, but like, blend, when are you ever going to use? Is that realistically something you're ever going to play out? With that blend? Probably not.
You know what? Yeah, but you know what I've been thinking lately when I've been listening to like the Guitar Fest concert. I listened to it the other day, and I thought, number one, Bruce Foreman's guitar, that old Barney Kessel, which has the P90. Or no, his is Charlie Christian. Definitely has a different sound, without a doubt. Most all the other ones kind of sound the same. Jim Fox's, which was a copy of it's a bad way to say a copy. It's a remake of the first L5s that this fella builds in, I think he's in Italy or something. Beautiful guitars. Very distinct sound. Very distinct. And I'm thinking, it wouldn't hurt to have something just a little bit different. I guess maybe a little more cutting edge,
I guess right out of the gate, it maybe sounds a little thinner than
a
humbucker. It doesn't have.
Yeah.
Because even with you're playing that now, it still kind of sounds like it has that back pickup.
Well, I just put it on.
Yeah, stay off that thing.
That's without. This is with. Not a big difference, but it's just enough.
I mean, I would assume that most guys would be playing in a setting where they're not going to need that back pickup, right?
Right. Yeah, it depends on your whatever gig you got, I guess. But it's just kind of fun, It's I do have another guitar with P90s, a newer one, the Eastman T40 T64.
Oh wow!
Doesn't that rain?
No. Winter storm advisory in effect right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Listen to wrong key. Listen to the rhythm of the falling rain, telling me just what a fool I've been. I wish that it would go away and cry in vain and let me be alone again. We met the guy who wrote that song, Barry. He writes that program, the master writer. What's his name, Wes?
I don't know.
You bought that program.
Yeah, that was like 100 years ago.
That I've been fair, or here to make my heart that you don't.
All right, let's go. Let's
Sorry.
move on to like some stuff here. So why don't you play that thing so we can hear it in a jazz setting, like
Okay.
most people would be playing that thing, and we need to shut off that overhead mic so we can get that rain sound out of here. So what are you gonna play?
I'll play this. I was going to do this song with a track, but I'll do it with just solo, full switch in.
So Joel asked earlier about who makes a P90 that is equal to the P90s from the 50s. Do you have any suggestions there? WC Ray does. The Fishman Fluence P90s are really excellent and dead quiet.
Okay. Gee, I've never heard those, but my one guitar has got the Lloyd or the Lauer pickup on it.
Lawler?
Yeah. Lawler. Lawler.
Speaking is not your strong suit.
Hey, let me say a couple things that you might understand.
Yeah, so I don't know. That does sound good in a fingerstyle kind of thing. It definitely, I feel like, just is a little bit thin, but compared to some of the other, like playing it on a Gibson.
Well, it doesn't have that mushy bottom, and too. I think if we can compare it to a P90 or a humbucker, you'll notice a difference. It plays one of these who's an excellent guitar player, man. Mel Deal out in Nashville. What a nice guy. What a super player, too. And, boy, he plays one of these, too. Really wonderful player. And when I first heard him play, I thought, oh, what a beautiful sound, man. And it was a guitar with P90s, yeah. I mean, it is a pretty gorgeous sound, isn't it?
Yeah. I say maybe if it's not too hard to plug that thing into the amp and see, and then kind of play that. If you can play that Fool's Rush In, just a part of it quickly, that would be kind of cool.
All right, let me see if I can. Hold on.
Joel said he thinks that guitar pickup sounds fantasticals. That's a good one. Oh, man.
Joel, you just got a knee replaced or something, right?
John Smith says, I think P90s are more powerful and louder than humbuckers.
Oh, I don't think so. Okay, here's the amp.
Okay, here, let me... So maybe just play that...
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Play that same thing, and here I'll kill the mics. And
kill it! Die, Mike.
Bring that up a little bit, and...
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Hold on here.
Oh, and that was on the Hendrickson, right?
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah.
So-
So let's hear this middle, the 2 position on the Hendrix. Let me tweak this.
Why are you so obsessed with that 2-position thing? And, like, never heard you just always want to do that. Like,
Because I like it.
only on that guitar? Because you don't do it with others.
I'm gonna get so they can get real cool little sound. All right, you can kill it. I'll play some stuff.
All right.
It's a bit hot for the amp, Joel says.
I can see that.
Okay, sorry. All right, well, anyway, there you have it.
Well, can we play maybe some, like go back to... So, I mean, I don't know. Personally, I don't think I noticed a big difference between plugging it into that amp and plugging it into the mixing board.
Oh, really?
Did you?
Yeah, it felt better to me. It didn't feel as thin. I don't know.
Yeah, it did definitely feel like it was a little...
Yeah. All right, so
Please, no!
let's hear it. Let's hear it up against the other one.
Well, I think we need to play something like pick a track, like a recognizable track that's pretty, like, kind of an easy melody, and then play that song again. You know, something that people know, and otherwise it just kind of gets a little lost in the fray there.
Gosh. All right, we had a quest for this. Might as well play it.
What is it?
Fly Me to the Moon.
Hey, can we real quick, can we just go back to the out of the amp? Because
we're still in the amp. Okay,
Yeah.
Sorry.
the amp's just kind of,
Got it.
it's hard to mix that in here. And I mean, it definitely didn't hum in the amp, so I don't see any, like, reason to believe that. I mean, I guess maybe if you were playing at a higher volume or something, you might hear it, but I didn't notice any kind of hum.
Well,
And I mean, it's not like there's a shortage of frequencies bouncing around in this little 8-foot little room that we're in, you know?
right. All right, how's that?
There you go, much better. All right, cool.
Okay, well, what do you think?
Well, definitely, like people were saying, it's much cleaner going direct. You can definitely get a clearer sound for sure. Yeah.
Well, there it is. The 1951. Beautiful.
So let's pull out one of that.
Don't you want to hear it with the other one?
Well, I want to compare it to a humbucker first.
All right.
Yeah, I think that, and then we'll pull the other one out. Yeah.
All right, well, this guitar right here, I wanted to show it today because this is a Ellis 165 that I had sold to a fella, and he was very happy with it, but he got sick, and he needs to raise some money. So I took it back. I'm gonna sell it for him. So anybody interested in this, you give me a call. This guitar, the 165, it's like a 175 with one pickup, rosewood fretboard, mahogany neck, 16-inch, 3.5 inches deep, 24 3/4 inch scale length. It's got a lot more output than it. There's the tune, or the sound of it. What do you think, Wesley?
Well, it definitely just sounds kind of fuller, but definitely would want to hear you just play a little bit of that "Fly Me to the Moon" again, if you could. Yeah, it's just fuller.
Yeah, this has brand new strings too. The strings on both these other guitars, they've been used quite a bit. All right, so let's see. "Fly Me to the Moon." Let's try that again.
Yeah, like W.C.
Here we
Ray
go.
says, more dynamic range there.
On this guitar?
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, man, you got the heater on 80?
Yeah.
God. Easy, King. What, do you got, a fever?
I feel great.
Okay, so there.
You got a fever?
No, I'm hot, man. It's hot there. Hot.
Well, you could be hot and still have a fever. That guitar sounds really good, to me at least.
Yeah.
It sounds just fuller and jazzier and warmer. Just a little more pleasant on the ear, for sure. That's
Yeah.
a sweet guitar.
Yeah, these are real nice.
The scale length on that, 24 3/4.
Yeah. Yeah, this, why don't we go ahead and show this? It's in, it's in pretty nice shape.
And you said it's around 92?
Yeah. Double check that. Some of the gold, 92. Some of the gold around the casings of the tuners aren't as spectacular as new, but it's really hard to see. But, I mean, it's fine. It's beautiful. No dings in the neck. Frets are in beautiful shape, original frets. No, I guess I didn't. The pickup is cover is nice. I didn't reverse it or anything. It's just stock from the factory, and it's in beautiful shape. So, anybody interested in this, give me a jingle. If you notice on the headstock, Wes, I don't know if you can see that, but the Herb Ellis, where it says Herb Ellis, there. It's a little faded. It looks like it's been polished a little too much. You know what I mean? So, but, oh well. But it's about one of the only flaws in this thing. So anyway, great guitar if you're interested. And I'd like to get it sold for him. Body depth on this is 3.5. Somebody said Herb Ellis used a polytone amp. Yeah, you're right. And I got one sitting in the back of the car. I had that thing. I've been trying to sell it, and I took it to the Jazz Fest, and I played it, and I thought, God, this thing sounds pretty good. But anyway. Any questions on there, Wes?
No.
No.
John says, is there any finish checking?
I did notice a little bit on the back. It's really hard to see, but let's take a look. Sorry. The back has got a little bit of kind of some scratches, like polishing scratches. But you can feel a little bit of checking right here. But you know what? They all do it. So what are you going to do? It's the nature of the beast. It's got a little bit of checking right here. I wonder if that could be rubbed out right here. I got some new polishing things. So, yeah, I'll probably polish up the back a little bit more. But yeah, there's a little bit of finish checking, but nothing. It's so hard to see. It's,
What's the body depth on there, Anderson?
3.5.
3.5.
or 5/8, something like that.
And it's 16-inch.
Yeah. It's your stock 175 laminate, maple sides and back, and top.
Yeah, Mark Larkins is here. It says that 165 is probably the overall best jazz guitar, going one pickup, volume, tone, all you need.
Yeah, it's true. He's got one. Very happy with it. Yeah, so yeah, like one fella just said, Bob Rich, he'd move the pickup forward. Well, they did that in the L4 and then in the 775. But this was part of the sound of Joe and Herb Ellis, was so you could pick right here and not hit the pickup. And I just gave it a hint more of treble to cut through. It's a great guitar for trio, quartet playing. No, I did not shim up the pickup. Suppose I could if somebody really wanted it. I thought I'd leave it stock just so you could hear it. A lot of times I'll reverse the pickup ring because you see the angle of the pickup, how it's higher in the back than in the front. So a lot of times I'll turn that pickup ring around so it tilts the other way. But that's very easy to do. Take you all of 7 minutes, maybe 7.5. As we're in the age of likes, and you guys like Rich, hit the like button. Thank you, Eddie.
Joel had a question about your Polytone Mini Brute
Yeah,
for sale.
yeah. Sure.
Is the neck pickup shimmed up?
No. I just said that. Yeah, I didn't do it on that. I didn't raise it. I wanted to leave it stock so you can hear it. I remember when I first saw these, I thought, wow, are these things beautiful? And they were so inexpensive at the time, but you know, $800, $900, something like that. It's crazy. What are you doing?
Texting someone?
Really, we're doing a live stream here. Don't we?
Well,
need
you're
your
supposed to
thoughts?
talk. You're talking about stuff.
Somebody wanted me to play Willow Weep for me.
Totally tuberous said, I had a 165 for several years, a 91 model. Similarly had a faint headstock signature and Gibson logo. And then John Smith asked this again. Sorry, John, I missed it earlier. But Rich, do you think amps these days have too many controls?
Yeah, I do. I mean, they want to be the amp for all seasons, and, but then there's amps that don't. Now, a Quilter made the first Aviator Quilter had. Right now they have the Aviator Cub, but before that they just had the Aviator. And one of the channels had volume and tone. That's it. And John Pisano said, that's the channel I like. It's got 2 knobs. I like it. So anyway, yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. Some of them, they've got high mids, low mids, presence, bass, low bass, what gain, master volume. It's like, good grief. Whatever happened to just tone?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Henriksen does a pretty good job of making it, there's 5 knobs on that thing.
Henriksen does wonderful.
But yeah, the newer Quilters are pretty crazy for sure.
Yeah, but you know what? They have a lot of tone possibilities. So if you like that, that's good. So
yeah. So why don't we bust out that 150 here and play that Willow Weep for me real quick, just a taste of it, and see if we can notice a difference between those the Humbucker and the P90.
Okie dokie.
And let's see, I'm trying to see if there's any other questions here, but Herb Ellis, John says Herb Ellis started out on a Super 400 acoustic with Jimmy Dorsey, finished his career on the 165 after playing a 175 for many years.
Yeah. Well, like, most everybody, you look at the 175 and think, wow, especially Herb. Of course, he was doing, Merv Griffin's show and stuff, so he probably had to whip out the wah-wah and play some rock licks here and there. But, yeah, you're like, am I ever going to use this pickup?
Danielle was wondering how that 165 compares to a Paisano AR480. Similar specs, question mark?
Well, similar, yeah. The 480 has got 1 3/4 inch nut width. But other than that, I think the 480 has a ebony fretboard, which is nice, It's a little harder wood. Everything matters. Everything matters. The frets, what kind of frets they're made out of, the bridge, everything. But it's a close, it's a little treblier, I think. Are you getting it? Oh, here. Fingers don't fail me now. Shall we play Willow Weep for me then?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Why don't you shut off that overhead? How'd that lick go at the end? Oh. That's it. Something like that.
Martin said, I prefer this tone. When David Bronson said, sounds and looks like it. Sounds like your grandpa's guitar. Sounds and looks like it plays like your grandpa's guitar. And John said he likes that tone better than the 350, which I agree. It does kind of...
Well, I think the mahogany neck, for one, makes a big difference. In fact, you don't have two pickups. The 350 has got a bridge that's metal, you know. So there's a few different factors there. This particular guitar, when I got it, the neck was really chewed up, and so I had a choice: either refinish it or just completely take the finish off. And I just completely took the finish off, and I like it so much better when you just take the finish off, put a little teak oil or what's the other stuff that I use?
Linseed oil?
Linseed oil, yeah. Put some oil on it once every 6 months, and you're good. And just lightly oil it, and it feels really good. So now I wish I would have put the strap button there, but this has newer tuners. It's got a new pickguard. It's got a new tailpiece, original bridge, new hardware there. The pickup cover sure looks new, but I think the pickup is original. Pots and tone controls are original. So
Where did you buy that thing?
I bought it at a guitar show.
And the guy didn't know whether it was the original pickup or not?
No. I bought it from a dealer, you know.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I would think that they would know about that. Because that's kind of isn't that kind of the big kind of...
Well, at this point, does it, you know, when I was going to buy the guitar, yeah, so is it original or not? I don't care. It sure sounds good.
Right. Yeah, I guess for if you were... Are you trying to sell that one?
No.
Yeah, so... I mean, I guess the only reason it would matter is if you were trying to sell it. I think I would want the original pickup if I was trying to buy it and and was a dealer, and you know what I mean.
I've had guys, a couple students of mine pick these up, and you know, you can get them at a fairly decent price. They've gone up though, but the thing about these guitars are, you know, I think they sound great on the old songs. I don't know if they're so great on newer tunes, you know. But I mean, it's fun. It's fun. It's a great song. It's not a West sound. You know, if you want a West Montgomery sound, it's not. It's something else, whatever it is.
Yeah, I mean the West sound would come off that 165 for sure. That's definitely.
Oh yeah.
Is that a maple laminate top?
Yes. No, not maple. No, it's yes. Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
I don't.
Doesn't look like spruce to me. Yeah. It's got a fat ass neck. Did I say that?
Yeah. Why don't we play that? Use that one with a
Track?
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's play It Could Happen to You. Ready? Here we go. Ready? Here it comes.
Yeah, I think that guitar sounds better than the 350. I don't know if it's just because it's got that one pickup or the wood or whatever, but seems like it's a little fuller than the other one. Not quite as much as the 165. There's still a noticeable like bigness of the 165 for sure that comes through, but that thing sounds good. I like that.
Yeah, it's a nice sound, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I should play it more often. It's fun. It's fun guitar. Fat neck. So it kind of makes me, do you remember the Guild X50?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can get a similar sound. That's another one with a P90, but the Guild P90. And gets a similar sound, a little more manageable because of the scale length. But anyway, I like the 17-inch bodies. I had to take the neck off that thing and put it on this.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
Don't tempt me. It's been done before.
Do you still have that Guild?
Sure. But you know what that would be like then? It would be like the Style B D'Angelico we just demonstrated last week.
So what do you mean?
At that 17-inch with the shorter scale length.
Oh, got it. Yeah, Gordon said earlier that he was like, sorry to be harsh here, but the D'Angelico Style B sounds better than the 350.
Well,
and that Rhythm Chief, that's a single coil thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that guitar did sound really good. I mean,
Yep.
no doubt about it.
They do.
Definitely great guitar for the money, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the way it is. They are what they are. I had to take that Style B guitar and sand off the finish off the neck, see what happens. No, I'm just kidding.
That also sounds like a really bad idea, but why would you do that?
I don't know. It just feels good. I like that feel of the wood. Not happy with these frets. I like the, Gibson went through all these periods of using different fret heights and widths and stuff, and I think they just grabbed whatever was available. But anyway, so I think these are original. I could be wrong, but it's a pretty sounding guitar without a doubt. Do you remember? All right, so we were trying to figure out the year of this, and I believe the serial number on it is 4620, but which somebody had scratched into the top. Shall we show them that?
Sure.
Yeah, check this out. So, they just had the tags back in the day. Which camera? 4670. So they just had the tags in the guitar during the day, but I guess that tag fell out. Let's show the other side of that. Nice, huh? So anyway, this person decided to scratch that serial number in there. I'm glad he did. But the books all say 1950, but you look up a 1950, and 1950 they went to the block inlays. And so Mitch Holder and I were trying to figure out the exact year of this. And we were looking at pictures and stuff and determined that, felt it was in the late 40s, so 49, 48 maybe as early as 46. I don't know. Who knows? Pat Evans, what's happening, man? Pat Evans said he's got a guild, by the way, and he loves it. He got it from his friendly guitar dealer, which would be me. Hi there, I'll stand on my head to work a deal.
Yeah, Clay said, Blues Bone, I hate polyurethane and thick finish on the back of the neck. Gurlitt's honey oil and Stumac pads take it down nicely.
Oh, really?
Huh, that's cool.
Interesting. Wow. Well, that certainly is an option. Yeah, just get rid of it. Hey, on my list of songs to play was Eleanor Rigby, because we're still on the E's, And actually, I started off with Cantaloupe Island because we didn't play that in the C's. So I'm finding all these songs that we skipped over.
Yeah, Cantaloupe Island, that's a good one. I'm getting ready to upload another video from the Jazz Guitar Fest, probably this weekend at some point, and Nate Lopez and Sean McGowan played Cantaloupe Island.
Did they?
When Nate was playing bass and guitar.
Oh, really?
Oh man, it sounds so good.
Oh, wow,
and they're
cool.
playing those LHT guitars. But yeah, Nate does a great job playing the bass and the guitar at the same time. It's sweet. You guys will like it. Should be coming out on Saturday. So
oh, cool.
It's gonna
cool,
be cool.
Man.
Yeah. But yeah, why don't you play that? That's a great song, man.
I just did. We opened with it.
Oh, did you? Nice. Yeah, that's one of probably my favorite jazz song, I would say. It's just got such a good, easy to recognize melody,
That it does.
Like,
I don't think you could get an easier melody.
Yeah. I like something that's recognizable. So when you hear the song, you're like, oh, that's that song, not something where you have to sing along with the words and got all these. Yeah, like that. It could happen to you. Is that what you just played?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you the melody of that song at all.
Well, you're not really familiar with it.
Right.
So, it's a standard that's not that prevalent, I guess.
Gordon said, if you're still on E, play Ears That Rainy Day.
Okay. That's not too far from the truth.
Martin said, would you play Billy's Bounce? Now that's a song that has a recognizable chorus.
It does? How's it go?
Oh, when I hear it, I would know it for sure.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. Guaranteed.
Billy's Bounce goes.
And the name suits it because it's got this bouncy. It's like, I love that when the song, it's like written for, hey, we'll name this song what it sounds like. How about that instead of some love song title, which is every other one. The Days of Wine and Roses. It's like, huh? Okay.
What song was it going to play? Eleanor Rigby, I think, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to pass on that and do Billy's Bounce? But I wanted to play this with octaves.
Oh, James McNamara gave me a tip.
James!
Thanks, James. Appreciate that, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you can Venmo me if you tip. If you feel so inclined, you can find the link in the description and really help me out. So thank you, James. Appreciate you, buddy.
Very nice, James. James is one of the newest accelerator students. Doing excellent.
Yeah, he's just got a few sessions in so far, so.
Here we go. We're off to the races. Wes, you got any news?
Nope.
No. No news has happened all week in the music industry. What about Taylor Swift? There's got to be something about Taylor.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really keep up with the Taylor Swift news. Although a buddy of mine a couple months ago, he works for USA Today, and he became the first ever news reporter to only focus on Taylor Swift. So there you go. Apparently Elvis had one like back in the day. A reporter that only focused on Elvis. And it's kind of like the first time that there's been like a national news organization to like hire someone just to cover a musical artist.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be like a so he's hired by USA Today, not by Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
So it's not like a press agent.
No, he's a USA Today employee.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And then they right after that they hired one also to cover just Beyonce as well.
Oh, really?
So you can see where these national news outlets are really focusing their money these days on the real important issues impacting Americans.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
It's a crazy world we live in.
Yeah.
Stop the world, I want to get off.
So WC Ray, I hope you see that there. I put the link for the guitars for sale in there.
That is a beautiful guitar.
That 66 L5 is what we just played. That's on there. The 350 is on there. He's apparently not selling the ES-150, and the 165 has yet to be up there, I believe, right? You haven't?
Yeah, no, I just got it.
Yeah. What does that guy want to get out of that? Do you know you have a ballpark on the price?
Yeah, well, I can nail it at $36.95. No ups, no extras. $10 worth of free metalwork from Earl Shive.
Gordon said that he just saw on the news that someone had finally managed to tune a 12-string guitar, but that report has been unverified.
This is a 66 175. Boy, it sure sounds tinny, doesn't it? It's got its original tuners, and again, original tuners, they're old and stiff, they're hard to turn.
Martin said, Wes, look at the technique of Italian guitarist Mancuso. I'm not familiar. Do you know Mancuso?
Yeah, unbelievable guy. Look, plays fingerstyle like.
Oh yeah, you were talking about this the other day. Speaking of news, Joel said bad news. Kirk Sand.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
passed away about 10 days ago.
That's right.
And,
we forgot to mention that.
And who talk about Kirk? He's a Laguna Beach luthier.
Oh yeah, his designs were like he designed, I believe, the Chet Atkins nylon string, and then he did his own thing. But yeah, his guitars are highly sought after, expensive, beautiful guitars. Ironically, my cousin was the receptionist at his oncologist.
Okay.
Yeah. So she knew him, and she kept saying, "You know my cousin Rich." I've never met him.
So what was his big impact?
Just a really, really nice, playable, great sounding nylon string guitar that with a pickup that can be recorded.
Nice.
Just really I mean, if you go on and check out some of his guitars, check out Reverb. There's a couple on there.
Okay. Outsourced Iconoclast is here with us. He has a question. Jazz starter pack USB or the right stuff USB for somebody who has played jazz guitar since 2004 but never learned the theory behind it and now wants to.
Well, I don't think either one of those deal with theory that much.
Yeah.
So
I think the answer to that would be the jazz guitar accelerator, right? Isn't that kind of where your guys are starting? They've got a pretty good, they have a little bit of a foundation of jazz, but just want to understand what's going on, so they can expand it. That's the ticket. That's kind of where Frank, the newest guy, Frank Reina, is. You know, he's got a lot of information. That's where most guys are. They got a lot of information, but they just can't seem to put it all together. So you really drill it home with that. So that would be a good starting point for you. But what other courses on the library or in the library?
Well, he could get the starter pack on USB. That's not going to hurt you, I'll tell you. Or the right stuff. The right stuff never was completed. But it gives you an insight into how you can start thinking about your scales and your chords and all that stuff. So either one. I'd say the Jazz Starter Pack would probably be the best. Right.
But again, yeah, I think the Jazz Guitar Accelerator is right up your alley for sure. If you're looking for more in-depth information, the ability to meet with him a couple times a week, once a week, depending on where you're at and what your schedule's like. But it's super cool. It's super flexible. We work around your schedule. It's been working really well for a lot of people. Speaking of people, Lachlan McClay, who thanks for the tip, Lachlan. I appreciate that, buddy. He's one of our graduates, and there's a lot of guys on here that have been through it, but it's definitely something where, you know, a lot of people, you need to probably be able to ask questions. So I just threw the link in the chat there if you wanted to jump on a call with my dad and I, and we can kind of walk you through it, see if you'd be a good fit. And yeah, so that's where we're at there. But again, even a subscription to our library where you would have access to all 700 lessons or whatever. There's tons of stuff in there too. So check those two resources out, and I'm sure you'll be able to get something going. So we're getting close here to the end. Ton Langerwerf says, does Rich use a thin pick because he is so smooth?
No. I use a heavy pick, 1 mil. But I like these Diodario Cortex picks. I like these. And then these Dunlap, they're Cortex as well. That material, I like both of those. But I don't use a thin pick, not at all. No. Vincent Kowski has a good question here. Hey, Rich, why are you a big fan of the Diodario flats? Stainless steel strings eat frets. Tomastic infield flats are nickel and sound so much better, also way less tension, and they last forever. Well, maybe I had to go back and try them again, but I actually got sponsored by them. And I used them for quite a while. My feeling was they sound dead as soon as you put them on. And you know, they actually were making them in the gauge I wanted. But and then my friend quit and went to somebody else, and then so I wasn't, I don't know. They're expensive. To me, they sound dead as soon as you put them on, and then 3 weeks later, they're really dead. When you get done playing them the first time, you look like you played in the 60s, like you played a slot machine for 3 hours. Your hands are all black. But if you have a light touch, you're not going to chew up frets. I've had guitars for years and years that I've played, and the frets are fine. So I actually like a nickel fret. A softer fret, I think, gets you. A nickel steel fret. But a softer fret gets a warmer tone. I don't know. Maybe I ought to try those again.
Yeah. Be worth it just to test them out. Maybe we could do a string comparison or something one day.
Yeah.
That's something different.
Yeah. I don't know. They just, like I said, they just.
He said they are round core, so you must wait till they stretch before you clip them.
Okay. Round cores, you have to wait till they stretch before you clip them.
Yeah, Kirby said he is going out of town. He said his mom's turning 90.
Oh, that's
awesome.
Nice. That's nice. That's great. Kirby, have a wonderful time. Bring us back some of that Kentucky.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for the tips. Leo gave me a tip, and David Bronson just sent me a tip. He said, here's a tip. Thanks for not being a Swiftie.
What does that mean?
For not talking about Taylor Swift, like you were pushing me to do. I defied that and said, nope. That's where the line is drawn on this show. So yeah, if anyone has any other questions on here, fire them away, because we are getting close to the end here.
My only friend, the end. Kirk Sands made nylon strings for Chet, Jerry Reed, Lenny Brill, Richard Smith, John Mills, Joe Henderson, and 1,000 others. There's a duo called the Blackbirds. One plays Kirk Sands, the other plays Rick Turner, both wonderful guitar builders.
Yeah, and W.C. Ray said too expensive. I'm thinking in reference to the Tomastic strings. Aren't they a lot more expensive than...
They are more expensive, yes. And then they've got this cloth around the strings, which I don't get the logic on that. It's like the old strings of violins and stuff. I don't know. Maybe somebody could enlighten me. This guitar is so easy to play. It's just...
That's a good deal, too, for that guitar, I feel like. For $3,600.
What? What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry. I thought you had the 165. Sorry.
It's all right.
Yeah, that one is not that price, but you can see the price on here.
Yeah.
Which you've gone back and forth on selling that guitar forever.
I know.
I mean, it's never seen a gig, right?
No.
Why is that?
Well, I don't know. For some reason, the tone of it just doesn't really knock me out. I don't know why. It just plays so nice. Good. But, there's got to be that fine balance between, it's got to be a tone that, like, when you do it, it's like, ooh, that's nice. got to have some sustain. It's got to be easy to play. There's so many factors, especially for me. The older I get, and the more arthritis I get, it just
JPJ says, I played flats exclusively for years, decided to try rounds again a few years ago, and never looked back.
yeah, I get that. I get that round wound. I understand. What about a ground wound? I like ground chuck.
Or Diodario, Gordon said Diodario half rounds are a great compromise. I love them. How many guys at, like, for instance, at the jazz festival played flat wound strings? Because I know what Pat doesn't play flat wounds, right?
No.
So you think it would be like 50-50 there, or?
Yeah, probably. That would be a good estimate. I don't know who plays what, but round wound, definitely you get more tone out of the bottom end. A round wound string, like a gauge, if I have a 48 on the bottom, the core of a round wound string is thinner than the core of a flat wound string that's 48. So that's my understanding, anyways. So they're a little easier to play, but if you put a 48 on here, it might be a little floppy. Huh? I don't know. It's kind of weird, that's the fun part about guitars. I mean, there's so many variables, and there's so many things that you can try, so many things that you can do. It's never a boring subject. It's always experimentation, move ahead, go back, move ahead, go back, who knows. That's why I like to have so many guitars, because I'll pick up one someday and think, I don't know if I like this that much. Pick up another one. Oh, this is great. Then I go back to this other one and think, oh, wow, this is cool. I'm surprising myself.
Yeah, and Vincent pointed out, obviously, round wound equals the finger squeak, which that's kind of, I think, what I would prefer those in here, because we have that overhead mic, and
oh, it would squeak to death.
It's like very, very noticeable when you have a mic like right over the guitar. It's just like, oh my gosh, like, shut it out. So it definitely sounds better in here, and for you guys, for us to use the round wounds for sure.
No, flat wounds.
Or the flat wounds, yeah. And then Jim says, it seems that round wounds would cause more fret wear. I mean, that's
you would
logically
think so.
Right. That's what I would think.
One would think so, wouldn't one?
And then WC Ray asked, overbraced.
What in reference to what?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe why that. Maybe why that you don't like the tone of that 175.
Well, it's not that I don't like the tone. It's, I don't know. I've never taken it out to a gig. Maybe I better.
Right.
I need to work on this. It's got a couple little things.
And then WC Ray also said Kurt Mangan strings are really excellent new guitar strings. Have you heard of those? Kurt Mangan?
No, I'd like to.
Yeah, and then Adel said, have you tried the Italian galley strings? Especially the flat wounds sound great. Italian galley.
Boy, no, but we ought to try those. But remember those, Wes? Can you write that down?
Sure.
I'll tell you what happened. Never mind. Let's play Billy's Bounce.
Okay.
I could change the pickup on this to a little darker sound. This is the Gibson's PAF reissue kind of thing. And because I don't think that it's either that or a new cover. They look new cover on an old pickup. But I think a darker sounding pickup would be better on this particular guitar.
Is that the original pickup?
You're going to hate the answer. I don't know. It looks like it is, but the cover...
how do you, can you tell? Is there a way to tell, or?
You know, on the back it says patent number pickup. Well, I assume that that's a patent number pickup made in 1966. But then you see some of these reissue things. It looks just like it, so I don't know. I wish I was a little more knowledgeable about that. But I'm one of these guys, if it doesn't sound good, just put something else in there, you know. Which probably is not the best thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
It's like Tim Thompson. Tim and Miles Thompson, you know, remember them? Tim, he's wonderful fingerstyle guitar. He's like, guitar is like a tool, man. It's just a freaking hammer. So I got a bunch. I got 28 hammers in my closet, you know. He just won a really nice guitar, and we're in a coffee house, and he forgot it in there, and he had to come back, or at the bar. He forgot it, had to come back and get his guitar. Oh shoot, I forgot my guitar. You know. So to him, you know, guitar's a tool. It's not a love affair. So whatever. So people have different things, different feelings about their guitars, I guess. Where are we at?
You were going to play something.
Yeah, I was going to do Billy's Bounce. Here we go.
Staying on the topic of strings here, David Hernandez said, "Hi, Rich. After hearing you play the Ibanez GB10, I picked up one used. I put your strings on it, and it came to life.
Oh, good.
Can I put your strings on an Eastman T486 semi-hollow? I just picked up a used one on Tuesday."
Well, don't you want to bend strings on that sucker? That's like a blues guitar, man. So no, you don't want to put them on that.
Well, it's not a blues guitar if he wants to play jazz on it.
Well, that's true.
So I guess it depends, David, on what you plan to do with that guitar. If you need to be bending strings and playing blues, then probably don't want to put his strings on it. But if you're using it primarily for jazz, throw them on.
Yeah, what's the worst that'll happen? You
Yeah.
cut them off, and you're out $20. So, yeah, I think of 335s as a guitar that you go out and play a wedding. So you play Girl from Ipanema songs for the first set, and then you play some other stuff, and then you play rock, and you know, it's an all-around guitar, and I think that's the best. You know, I used to bring, you know, it's this kind of thing like you don't want to bring two guitars, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. So you bring out just the one. I go back and forth about that whole thing. I think the jazz sound of a semi-hollow body is fine until you compare it in a controlled situation to an archtop, and then you realize, wow, that archtop really does sound nice. Put your strings on a T59. That's a nice guitar. Made a big difference in the tone. Well, that's wonderful.
And then let's see, some last comments here. Vincent said, "So sad Gibson no longer makes the 175. 2017 was the last year." And then Outsourced Iconoclast said, "I'm hopeful Gibson does something with the IBC Epiphone line and make a 175 again, at least there." What's the IBC Epiphone line?
I think it's the higher end Epiphones.
Gotcha.
You know, they made, how many of those 175s have they made over the years? You figured what they start 1949. I mean, it was what, 50 years of guitars, you know, so of one line. So, you know, there's plenty of them out there. I don't know. You know, there's a guy that wants to trade me a Banner guitar, that's probably him, 1944 Gibson Banner acoustic. And I was thinking about doing it. Although I've never had I mean, you have the only Gibson acoustic I ever had. That L1. This is a J45, the Banner. And what scares me a little bit is it's got a truss rod cover, but it ain't got a truss rod. And during the war, apparently, there was not much metal, so it was going to airplanes and stuff, so they weren't putting truss rods in them. So I don't know.
That makes sense. W.C. Ray said, fast frets lubricant makes round wound strings feel like
Flat wounds.
Have you ever used that?
I've never have. Yeah. We used to use finger ease back in the day all the time. Spray your guitar with finger ease, and it's like, it's great for about 30 minutes, and then it's like.
And then Mike Taylor said, Mike's in Baltimore said,
Hey, Mike.
He put your strings on his Eastman T59, made a big difference in tone for the better, and that's a guitar like the 486, right? Semi-hollow
Right, yeah.
thing. So just kind of depends on what you're going to use that guitar there for, David. But that's cool. You picked it up. Going to be stoked on it, I'm sure, either way. Lachlan said, the 175 is my one guitar for everything guitar.
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought you were playing that Pisano. You were loving what?
Well, Lachlan's got he's got a few guitars, I'm sure.
Yeah, he does.
And then None of Your Business asked, Telecasters for jazz? Question mark, question mark, question mark.
Well, that's cool. You know, I'm about ready to revisit the Telecaster because of the radius of the neck. I want to go check that out again. It's actually my G&L. I don't know what the radius is, but I know it's not 12. I think it's more like 9.5, which might be a little different, you know, because the finger isn't straight, and it's very hard to fingers are all jacked up. So I might check that out. Yes, that's a very valuable Gibson guitar. You're absolutely right about that. And so, yeah, I guess I'll do that. It's in beautiful shape. So.
Nice. Well, we ready to wrap this thing up?
Oh, my gosh, yes. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining us. I really appreciate it. And if you guys don't show up, hey, I ain't gonna either. And so thank you so much. Wes, thank you. And Gail, thank you for all you do on that message board. And we'll see you next week. I forget, got anything planned for next week?
Well, we need to do a review on the Supro amp still.
Oh, yeah.
So,
that's a cool sounding amp.
Yeah, we'll probably do a get an amp show tomorrow or next week.
Okay. You know, I'm really getting used to the sound of the guitar with the blend of the overhead with the direct. It's kind of a cool sound. .2 radius on old tellies.
Yeah, W.C. Ray. Ted Green used a telly. Case closed. Love that.
Yeah, well, Ted hollowed his telly out, by the way. And under that pick guard was a suspended pickup. And not only that, he put giant strings and tuned it down a minor third to D flat. But we missed that guy. All right. Thank you guys again.